Here's everything you should know about keeping your kids safe on their Apple device. I've done a lot of thinking lately about kids and iPads. I don't have any kids yet, but when I do have a kid, do I give them an iPad? If you're wondering how to keep your kids safe, watch this video. I'm gonna go over how to set up an iCloud account for your child, how to add them to your family, and I'm gonna go over 5 things that'll help them be safe. Okay, for this video, I'm gonna use my iPad mini for my child's account, and I'm gonna use my MacBook for a parent account. You're gonna wanna make sure you have an iCloud account as well, because anyone under the age of 13 has to have a parent account attached to the iCloud. So as you can see on my iPad, I'm setting up a child's account, and on my Mac, I'm setting up a parent account. I had to make sure my parent account was set up first, because that's how you actually set up your child's iCloud account, through that parent account. Okay, now that you have your parent iCloud set up, you can go into family sharing and you can add a child account. So when you press add child account, you'll be prompted to make a new account or add an existing account. If you do add existing account, you can add anyone. So it could be a significant other, it could be a sibling, it could be anyone. When you're setting up your kid's iPad, you'll go through the setup process just like normal, but at some point you'll be prompted to set up your iPad for yourself or for a child. And you'll obviously want to pick for your child. Now that you pick set up for child, you actually sign into your own iCloud, and that will help you set up the child's iCloud account. In iCloud, you have what's called family sharing. Family sharing is how you can monitor what your kid's doing on their iPad, how long they're spending on their iPad. iCloud sharing is probably the only thing you'll actually use if it's not for your children, but if it's for just your family. With iCloud sharing enabled, you can do things like share photos, reminders, things on the calendar. You can share anything that involves iCloud. This is really cool because you can make sure everybody knows and it's on their calendar that you have a party coming up. Another really cool one is purchase sharing. This will let you share things like music, movies, apps, TV shows with your whole family, so you only have to pay for it once. The tricky one is subscriptions, because most subscriptions will only let you use one iCloud account, but things like Apple subscriptions will let you pay a little more to have the whole family involved, so it's cheaper for everybody. All right, those are all cool, but we're here to talk about how to keep your child safe. So now we're going to talk about app management. So there's a few things you can do with app management to set app limits. There's downtime, app limits, and always allowed. So with downtime, you can schedule a time that your kid is allowed to use their apps. So you could say your kid is going to be in school till 3 p.m., so they can't use these type of apps until they get home from school. It's scheduling time away from certain apps, so they can only play video games during one time and read books during another. If your kid spends a ton of time playing Minecraft, this one's for you. App limits let you set a limit on how long they can play that app every day. All you do is go in and pick the apps you want to limit set. Then you set the time for how long you want them to be able to use the app. If they exceed that time, the screen will go white and they'll have 2 options: quit the app or ask for more time. If they request more time, it'll automatically send a notification to the parent iCloud. From there, you have the choice to accept or decline. If you accept, they get 5 more minutes. If you decline, all they can do is close the app. Then you have the always allowed, which is just the apps that are always on, even when it's downtime. So if you have downtime set so none of the apps work from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., you can still make it so the Messengers app will always work, so you can always be in contact with your kids. All right, now we're gonna talk about permissions. You obviously don't want your 6-year-old to be able to scroll the internet and look at whatever they want or buy whatever they want. That is probably gonna end in a disaster. So they have things that can help you as a parent keep your kids out of trouble. We've already talked about a few things, like asking for permission to buy an app. You can actually go in and set websites that your kids are not allowed to use. So if they type in that website, it just isn't gonna work. Something even more cool is if you turn on this setting, it'll actually blur any inappropriate images that come across your kid's device. All right, now let's talk about location sharing. If you turn on this setting, you will always be able to see your kid's location as long as they have internet or cellular. You can go in and allow your kids to also see your location or to not see your location. It's up to you. All right, now let's say you've got a family with 2 boys, a wife, and a husband. You can actually make you and your spouse both be the parents and then have any kids have custom settings just for them. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, comment below and maybe I'll make a short about it.